What's up, y'all? Today we got some delays, bro. Well, two delays really. Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Uh, Originally, Avengers Doomsday was going to be on uh, May. Now it's going to be on my birthday. Bro, I'm so excited. I mean, I'm kind of glad they're doing this because they need to do this. This honestly, I don't, and I see people talking about how Spider-Man Brand New Day might be delayed. I think the reason why they delayed it is because they finalized the deal with Tom or Sony or whatnot. So now they can have Tom in Doomsday. So they probably delayed it because it was probably a. This is how Marvel works. They like to have multiple plans for whatever happens. So if Tom didn't have a deal solidified with through Sony to Marvel, then they would have gone ahead with Doomsday without Tom. But now that Tom looks like has made that deal, now they can push back Doomsday so Tom can be in Doomsday. That's what I think is going to happen. But I mean, it could be a million things. That's just my theory. Just my theory. Just anything. I'm trying to invite my guest. Hold on. Trying to invite my buddy Fry Guy. I can't get to figure out how to share this. Come on now. Okay, here we go. All right, cool. But yeah, I think this is dope. This is dope. Both my birthdays back to back. Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. I also love how this gives more time for. I think on Comic Con, probably in Comic Con or D23, we'll probably get more announcements. I think we'll probably get a Doctor Strange 3 movie, like maybe before Doomsday or after Doomsday, for sure. For sure. But they're definitely going to make more announcements for movies to come out in between the time, for sure. I think it also builds on like maybe setting up Doom a little bit more. They're probably listening to the Marvel fans and saying, hey, Fantastic Four is just not enough for the setup for Doomsday. I think it's great that they're having this also right now, like Spider-Man, they're about to film Spider-Man in the next month or so, Spider-Man 4, and currently right now Daredevil Born Again is shooting in New York City. I think how it's going to play out, I think possibly Daredevil might be in Spider-Man 4. That's what I'm hearing. But next film Agatha will be in. I don't know, because also again Vision Quest is on the way as well. Another reason why they probably delayed Doomsday. So we need to figure out what's going on with Vision Quest, because we know that right now she's currently with Billy, right? Billy, but see what happens with that. So there's a lot of parts that play. I think the reason why they delayed it. I saw it coming from a mile away though. Like I really did. I saw it from a mile away. There was no way they were going to make that date. I mean, just from the filmmaking perspective, like you have multiple moving parts in Doomsday. They need more time to take the time to actually film the stuff. So, and also that, but post production and all this other stuff, it's just way too much. Because if I'm Disney and Marvel, if I really want to focus on quality over quantity, then rushing Doomsday, potentially the most biggest, besides Secret Wars, the biggest Marvel movie they've had since No Way Home, so, or Deadpool and Wolverine. So I would really want to focus on the quality of that, because right now, even with Thunderbolts, even though I love that movie, but right now it's not doing great box office wise. I don't care about MCU anymore. Their movies used to be an event, but now, I mean, that's totally your opinion, for sure. I do agree. Like for instance, brand new day, not brand new day, Brand New World, and also Thunderbolts. As much as I enjoyed both films, but box office wise, they just didn't have that. Even when I went to go see Thunderbolts, the theater room wasn't packed. Last time there was a packed theater room for Marvel was Deadpool and Wolverine, but that's understandable because you're playing into a lot of the nostalgia with Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine, especially coming off Logan, and also it's Deadpool. So, but it's not like they wouldn't have that for Avengers Doomsday. I think they would have that as well. But you need, if you're going to build up the hype for something, you got to make sure that the quality delivers straight up. If you don't have that quality delivered, then the word of mouth, like if the Doomsday, like if everyone says Fantastic Four is the decider of the MCU's future, but in reality, Doomsday is kind of that. Because if Doomsday does not deliver well, and if RDJ does not deliver as Doom, then forget everything else. Like, so, but I'm hopeful. I'm very like I sound like I'm being negative, but I'm trying to be very hopeful. Like I hope it works out. Saw in theaters was Deadpool Wolverine for that Endgame. That's understandable. I mean, I've seen everything in the theater, but I will say like not every Marvel movie since Endgame has been the best. Like personally, my only top three is Spider-Man No Way Home, of course, Guardians 3, and Deadpool and Wolverine, and Thunderbolts. So now Spider-Man. I think so. I think we'll also probably get another film before Doomsday. I think so, possibly, or something more to add into it. I think that's another reason why they delayed it, is to add more build up for Doomsday, for sure. Because whatever F4 is, because we know they had additional reshoots. You know, the difference between the reshoots of what like Brand New Day was, not Brand New Day, Brand New World, and versus F4. F4 had reshoots to add more to the film instead of taking away. You know, with Brand New World, they had to reshoot parts, take away some parts of the movie, and then reshoot it again. If that's the case, then I'm all for it. I think it's a great idea. I think it's given more time for it to breathe and really build up to Doomsday. So, but I think we'll get more on that on Comic-Con for sure. Because Comic-Con, I think we'll have more announcements and more projects announced. Not like overbearing, but good enough to have a better roadmap to Doomsday. For sure. So there's a possibility we might get like in between Doomsday and Secret Wars, we'll probably get an announcement for like Doctor Strange 3, Shang-Chi, and possibly Thor 5. I'm hearing Thor 5 might come after Secret Wars though, but we'll see. Unless they do a two-parter. There has between the two. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. That was the one thing I've always had in mind, is that Frog, I want you to send a request. Here you are. But yeah. Appreciate the follow, man. Appreciate the follow. So this is also I'm bringing back Cinema Fans podcast, the live stream I used to do like about a year ago. So I figured this would be the great jump point for that. So yeah, anyone's allowed to join. You have to be 18 and plus though. Like, don't let anybody that's not 18 and plus up. I mean, below 18 plus for safety reasons. But yeah. But yeah, man, I'm super excited. Also, again, it's on my birthdays, bro. I'm so excited. Like, for real. But it's interesting, though, because Dune Messiah comes out on Doomsday, though, the same day. And I don't know if Warner Brothers moves or changes. Moves or just stay. But there's no way. Don't get me wrong. Some people didn't love the Doom movies. I love both Doom movies. I love them both. But compared to Doomsday, let's be real. Like, even if the movie does not come out to be great, which I hope it does, it's going to destroy Dune for sure. So, but I don't know. I think Dune either if they start filming, because I think they said they start filming this summer for Dune Messiah, so possibly they might have it come out earlier, maybe in November. I think it would be a perfect November film, kind of like what they did for Doom Part 1, for sure. But, because I don't think Disney would move Avengers Doomsday. That'd be...
Okay, I'm here. Sorry about that, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so, Ooh, sorry, I had to run there to hurry up and help him. Okay, let me catch my breath here.
Pretty good.
So what were you saying while I was doing that?
Yeah, I was saying that same old stuff year after year. Eh, depends on perspective. That's your personal opinion. But anyway, now I was talking about like how Doom Messiah and Doomsday come out the same weekend.
Oh, yeah, I just posted that on X. So I wonder, which one of those movies are people gonna see first? But also, what are they gonna call that? Because that is like two of the most anticipated sequels to come out, and you gotta expect that to be some sort of big event like Barbenheimer, you know?
But if I'm Warner Brothers, especially with my, even if Superman turns out to be great, like, and even Supergirl, because that comes out before even all of this. If I'm Warner Brothers, I wouldn't want that film to come out next to Avengers, though. Like, if I'm Warner Brothers, I want to make sure I make my money back on Doom Messiah.
Yeah, like when I heard that it got a December release date, a random thought popped into my head. Like, wait, isn't that the same month as like Avatar 3? But then I suddenly remembered, oh no, that's this year, which I gotta get ready for. Luckily,
Did
we
you hear
got that
that? Did you
release
hear they're doing a
of,
re-release of Way
yeah,
of
I was
Water?
just saying that
Yeah,
re-release of Way of Water. I think they're doing the same thing of what they did with the 2009 movie to remind people what that was like.
they should
Like I
re-release both. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I hope they give us a brand new exclusive poster for that too, so it matches with my 13 by 19 poster of Avatar.
did you get?
But
I saw you got the Mission Impossible. That poster is big, bro.
oh yeah, I already got a frame and everything.
Balls.
If you look at my review on X, I posted a picture of it.
No,
Review on X, I posted a picture of it.
no.
Okay, so anyway, back to this Avengers Doomsday stuff. I have a few theories on why they're doing this. One theory is so they can change a couple of things with the story after that whole fan getting into the set and revealing some stuff. But my main theory, and this is probably the most logical one, they know about how there's barely any kind of build up to Doctor Doom's character, and they're
Mm.
going to try doing that a bit more through some of the other MCU projects.
I think what it is truly is that because there's always been this rumor going around. We'll talk about how like a lot of it. That's why they haven't announced the full cast for Doomsday. I think a lot of the deals have been made, including Tom's, because people forget. Like, yeah, Marvel and Sony have a deal already, but Tom still needs to make that deal because like, if I'm Tom, if I'm an actor, and I've pulled in all my Spider-Man films, I've pulled in $1 billion, and I'm a big heavy actor. Like, why is like I want to get paid that money too. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, like
but it's just how it goes. So,
Isn't
what
Robert
how
getting
it
paid the
goes though is
most?
like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Isn't Robert getting paid the most out of everybody in this movie?
Oh yeah, but the thing is, how it goes is that Tom has to go through Sony to get, and Sony has to go to Marvel or Disney, I think, to make that deal. So it's just it's a long back and forth process, but it looks like they made that deal. I think that's why Doomsday was pushed back. One of the reasons why.
Hopefully, they're going with the original idea with Kang Dynasty, where Spider-Man would be one of the major main characters for the movie. And I feel like it makes so much sense for Doomsday to be a Spider-Man focused movie in a way because of the relationship that Peter and Tony have with one another. And if Brand New Day is a story to set up Peter's mental health declining, then Doomsday is going to be the perfect setup for Peter's breaking point to seeing his old mentor trying to rule the multiverse.
Yeah, because yeah, I think that's also like, for instance, you brought up Kang Dynasty. I think that's another reason why I even bring up that deal with Tom, because I think Tom might play a big important part in Doomsday, and they
Hmm.
probably needed Tom for that movie.
And you
Um,
know they're going to recreate the Secret Wars cover.
oh yeah, I hope they do. I hope that they do. But like Also, if you notice, like they are taking certain elements from the King Dynasty, like what they originally were going to do. Like, for instance, they were going to have multiple teams. Now you got the Avengers. Now you got the new Avengers, and you know,
And
possible
we'll,
Guardians.
yeah, East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say about? Oh yeah. So even though these movies aren't gonna release in May, I still have full intention on us seeing those two movies at Commonwealth. By instead of making it a birthday viewing party, we'll make it a Christmas viewing party.
Sir, I've just been saying this in my live stream. It's dropping on my birthday. Both of them are. Thank you.
Wait, they, wait.
Yes.
When's your birthday again? In December?
December 17th.
Oh, I'm sorry for laughing, but that is just so funny that it switched from my birthday, May 1st.
To my birthday.
Okay, yeah, we'll see it as a short pump, man. I'm sorry. I just
Oh no,
completely.
we can do whatever. Because I did that happened the same thing for me with No Way Home because I came out on my birthday as well. So this is how I already know it's going to be peak for sure.
Okay,
But
so hopefully we can do Commonwealth then.
definitely doing two of them for sure for my birthday for both of those movies for sure. Like that's a guarantee.
Yeah, you're probably going to do what I was going to do for Doomsday, where we would see it on April 30th at Commonwealth, but then I would see it once again by myself on my birthday at Commonwealth, and then see it a third time the following day at Short Pump, and then a fourth time with my dad personally.
How long do you think Doomsday will be, like the movie wise?
Okay, so it's really hard to tell. There's so much story to tell in this that it's definitely going to go over the 2 hour mark. I think it's going to go over the 2 hour and 30 minute mark. Maybe a little bit below that, like 25 minutes, but it's
Are we
definitely around
thinking?
that time frame.
Are we
Maybe
thinking like Civil War or Endgame type length?
I would say at bare minimum, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning runtime.
I think it'd be, or maybe the Batman runtime, because I was like almost 3 hours, but it was like 2 hours and like 40 minutes or something like that.
That's about
3 hours, but it was like 2 hours and like 40 minutes or something like that.
the same runtime as Mission Impossible. Hold on.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, speaking of Mission Impossible, I know this is off topic. It didn't feel long at all. Like
That's what, like, I've been hearing a lot of complaints about how it drags on. Like, what are they saying? It was really
okay,
good.
I can kind of see where they're talking about, and I don't want to spoil it for no one who haven't seen it. But there is a certain moment. I'm gonna say you'll know what I'm talking about. What I'm gonna say. The moment where they had to wait for the coordinates. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I
and
think that's probably what they're talking about.
I do admit they overused a ton of flashbacks and even
Oh yeah.
reused some, but I felt like it was good for me as a viewer because I never saw the previous Mission Impossible movies in theaters, and it's good for new viewers because it'll help visualize new viewers on what happened before and maybe even get them interested in seeing the previous films.
Oh yeah. I think I think they're gonna make another one.
Oh yeah, I definitely see them. Oh yeah, I definitely see them making like a legacy movie in like 10 to 20 years or something.
Because I don't want to spoil it, but there's a moment at the end of the film where Cruz gives a certain. But
Yeah, if anybody wants to see my spoiler-free review, you're free to do that. Sorry for marketing, man.
no, feel free. Feel free.
But yeah, definitely a really good movie. Glad I didn't see Lilo and Stitch today to ruin that feeling today. I'll be seeing that early in the morning tomorrow.
Everyone's talking back to the topic, right? Everyone's
Yeah,
talking about Doomsday and Secret Wars being delayed, right? But no
yeah,
one's talking about Spider-Man. What this means for a Spider-Man
yeah.
brand new day.
Like as I mentioned before, I feel like this has so much great potential to give Peter the spotlight in Doomsday and Secret Wars because it'll build up to more of his breaking point to wear the black suit. But it also has potential of maybe even bringing up the release date from a July release date to a possible May release date.
Well, the great thing about this, it finally makes Spider-Man Brand New Day a. Uh, sorry, someone was trying to request. makes Brand New Day more of a grounded film now. What's up, Geeky Cast? You're more welcome to join if you want. But like I'm more excited for Brand New Day. I'm excited for Doomsday and Secret Wars, of course, but um, Brand New Day, I'm just super excited for because
Yeah,
it's so much potential.
yeah,
It's so much potential now.
yeah. I don't really have a ranking of how I would anticipate those movies, but my top three definitely are Brand New Day, Doomsday, and Secret Wars right now.
So how you feeling?
Stay in Secret Wars right now.
So how you feeling, Chad, about the news and all that?
I'm not surprised. I feel like this movie. I don't have faith in the movie, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm glad they I'm glad they slowed it down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm glad they slowed it down too. Really disappointed it's not releasing on my birthday anymore, but it's
Lightyear?
What?
Is this Buzz Lightyear of Star Command?
What are you talking
you probably see something on his end. And
I'm
damn,
joking. I'm
I
talking to
haven't
I'm
watched
talking to
this.
Diana. I'm feeding her, but she's watching TV.
Okay, wait, are you talking about the TV show Buzz Lightyear or the movie
No,
Lightyear?
my kid's watching. I don't even know what you call it. It's a TV show.
So it's the 2D animated series Lightyear. Gotcha. That's a classic. But yeah, Um, I definitely see a lot more potential with Spider-Man: Brand New Day, and after hearing the reports of all of these different villains, I have a feeling that this movie is going to be adapting one of my favorite concepts to living as Spider-Man, and that's Spider-Man barely getting any sleep whatsoever.
I think
This
we're gonna get.
concept,
I think we're gonna get Mr. Negative. I think we're gonna get possibly Daredevil. I think this is gonna tie in the whole Born Again stuff because they're really setting that up.
yeah,
And
but
dude, also I can't wait. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I completely forgot everything. They've been dropping so much stuff for the Daredevil Born Again today, like or hinting at it because they posted online that
yeah, I haven't gone on and talked about that because I'm not sure if that's official or not.
yeah, it's official. If you go on their Instagrams, they're
Yeah, but I mean like official Marvel news. I try my
come
best.
on, come on, Fry guy, come on, come on. Charlie Cox and Kristen Ritter together already, and she's already announced they're in New York City, and so happened that Mike Coulter and Finn Jones are going to New York as well, and also Mike Coulter trimmed down his beard to what he looked like in Luke Cage in his picture too, in his Instagram. Go check that
Oh,
on the story.
I cannot wait to see them together again. They better be in Doomsday and Secret Wars.
I don't think they'll be in those. Maybe like a cameo. I don't think they'll have a big. If anything, Daredevil will possibly.
Maybe they'll be together at the very final battle. But anyway, like I was saying before, of what I like about the whole concept of Spider-Man barely not getting any sleep is because it makes his life feel a lot more dangerous. I remember seeing this concept in that 2017 Spider-Man Disney reboot. Yeah, I know that show gets a lot of hate. It has some interesting storylines, but basically in season two, we see Otto Octavius hiring a bunch of supervillains attacking Peter every single chance that they get. Like it interferes with his school life and his downtime too, to the point where he hasn't gotten any sleep in pretty much 2 days. And that leads to the point where Otto Octavius takes over Peter's body because he's too tired. But yeah, I really would love to see that portrayed in live action because I think it would really be interesting to see Peter trying to learn what it really means to be Spider-Man full time.
Yeah, for sure. I think Brand New Day has a lot of things going. I think if not, I think Brand New Day has a lot more going for it than Fantastic Four. Like,
As that with Mr. Negative as the possible main villain, you could have a whole symbolism thing where Mr. Negative is, I don't know, representing insomnia or something. I don't know, I'm just thinking it off the top of my head. But also, Mr. Negative would be perfect for bringing out Spider Man's negative emotions to set up him wearing the black suit.
If anything, I don't think we'll see the negative emotions right away. I think we're gonna have Peter more of like in line of what comic book Peter now is, like more alone, more lonely, and because also he got his GED, so possibly he's trying to go to college. He's in college, and that's probably where we'll get the introduction of whoever character she's playing in the movie. I can't remember her name right now, the one they just announced, uh, the redhead from
Oh,
Stranger Things.
yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I really hope she's okay in the final season.
But yeah, I think there's so much potential because also it's coming off No Way Home. We haven't heard anything from Spider-Man from any of the other projects besides that little nod to the events of No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness. Other than that, we haven't heard anything else from Peter. It's like it never happened. Like even the Statue of Liberty, when you see in other projects, like nothing happened. Like it just, I mean, obviously because they wiped everyone's memory away, but like
Hmm.
there's so much like they can do with Spider-Man and just
Well, then
just
again, it takes years for the MCU to bring up certain events, like, say, the whole Celestial growing out of the Earth. It
dude,
took several years for Captain America to bring it up.
that came out in December of 2021. It is 2025 now. Think about that.
Yeah, several years.
Yeah, like what we last time we've had like a break from Spider-Man like that was like, mm, honestly, I think this is the longest we've had without a Spider-Man movie. If you think about it, because because
Well,
Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out in 2014, and then there was 2015, and then he showed up in Civil War in 2016.
what
And
about what about Spider Verse?
well, that's different. I'm talking about just a Spider-Man film, either a Spider-Verse film or a Spider-Man film. We hadn't had I mean, yeah, I guess so.
I guess your friendly neighborhood Spider Man kind of filled the void of Spider Man 2 in a way.
Yeah, Caden, if you're not, um, hey, follow creator.
Um,
Okay,
oh yeah,
that's yeah,
so
you're getting blocked for that. Yeah, we're not having that. Nope.
I really hope Tombstone plays a major role in the movie because he is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. I love his introduction in Spectacular Spider-Man, and honestly, it'd be pretty cool um uh, if we do get some content relating to Daredevil Born Again. Maybe we get a Luke Cage cameo. I mean, imagine Luke Cage versus Tombstone.
That would be dope. Oh yeah, that's right. See, this is where I think Kingpin. I truly think whatever happens in Born Again season 2 is going to tie into Brand New Day for sure.
Yeah.
I think Daredevil will be in the film.
Oh, I just realized if it everybody in Daredevil Born Again season 2 went through everything in the void, doesn't that mean that Peter went through seeing some trauma in the void? Damn, he must have saw some messed up stuff.
I think that's how Mr. Negative will show up. Or I have a theory. I think we're gonna get a Mrs. Negative or something like that. I think it'll be a female Mr. Negative, to be honest with you. But because think about it, because the void. If you think about the void and what it did in the movie, it's kind of similar to what Mr. Negative can do to someone, where they show someone's darker, like kind of like how they did it in like the Spider-Man games, like Spider-Man 1 and 2, where
Yeah.
especially in Spider-Man 2, like Peter's deepest fears and like worst moments in his life, like that where he's hovering over. You played the games, right?
Oh yeah, I love the games.
I
They're
didn't
some
spoil
of
for
the
you.
only superhero games I'm able to play. But yeah, I hope the Brand New Day adapts some stuff from the video game, especially with rumors of Rio Morales being in there. Who knows?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, that's true. We can probably get a setup for Miles too. Well, we kind of technically already have a setup. But
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see him
Homecoming.
again? Um, Childish Gambino.
Uh, I think so.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, from Homecoming.
Yeah, Aaron. Aaron.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Boomerang is gonna be a one-off character that he'll beat easily. He's just gonna be one of the foils to try to tie down Spider-Man. Scorpion would be really cool to see. I really hope he's as brutal as your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
I just
But
don't see him as the main villain though. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying. Like I see Mr. Negative or even the Chameleon as the main villain, who I am interested to see if they're still gonna do that.
I wonder if they're going to tie that into Far From Home because technically Killian did show up in that movie. The name of Killian. He was the.
And we know that the Chameleon was in Far From Home, like you said. So yeah, I really wanted to like continue more stories from Far From Home. Like what happened to Quentin Beck's team after they posted the information that Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I can't wait to see the suit too.
In fact, I was waiting for since No Way Home to see what happened to those guys. Like maybe have them try to testify against Peter being Spider-Man and unaliving Quentin.
I'm not even mad. I had a feeling that was going to happen, so I was ready for it. Yeah. I mean, I've always been saying, like, when I've been in Phil's live, like, he always be like, dude, there's not enough time for setup for Doctor Doom. And I was like, well, man, they're gonna put either they're gonna push it back or announce another film in between the time. Like that, there's no way that's making that day. Even from a filmmaking perspective, like the only like if this was like, for instance, Iron Man. Like let's look at Iron Man for instance. Iron Man, there was post production for that film in 2006. I mean, not post, pre production in 2006. Then they went into shooting in 2007, and they were in post production up until the release date. So if you look at Doomsday and how much was going on, and so many actors and so many pieces that play, even with the technology now, there's no way in hell. Like, granted, especially with Marvel movies, like they already got the VFX and CGI artists on like working on the movie as it is. Like they already got like the big action set pieces already. They're already making it right now. Like they probably been working on that for since like 2023. But we'll see.
So
Sure.
who do you think we're gonna get for these new projects then?
Like in Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah, like to kind of build up more to Doom and stuff like that.
Well, I mean like different movies and stuff.
Yeah,
I definitely think we're gonna get a Doctor Strange 3 for sure. If not
yeah.
before Doomsday, because I feel like we're gonna get another movie beforehand, or possibly after Doomsday. Definitely Thor 5. I've been hearing rumors Thor 5 might come out after Secret Wars, but we'll see. Like it's supposed to be like the Spider-Man Far From Home at the end of the saga type thing. But that's what I'm hearing. There's no way people actually expected them to have.
Yeah, no, I still consider Far From Home to be the beginning of the multiverse saga. I mean, it even has a little teaser of the multiverse, even though it was all a scam from Mysterio.
I always looked at it part of the Infinity Saga just because it's like an epilogue, but I think it's also like like it's kind of like a an interstate like at the exit and entrance, like it's kind of like that for me. It's like we exit the Infinity Saga going into the Multiverse Saga.
I just hope they make it Thor 5 both serious and fun at the same time because I love the fun Thor, but I also like serious Thor.
Well, when it comes to like VFX and CGI stuff, like for any Marvel movie, they're working on that. Like for instance, that whole like the end game, the final battle, they started working on that in 2016. Like they work on the stuff ahead of time because it takes forever to do all that stuff. So, but when it comes to actual shooting, because again, it's just too many problems. Because then there's reshoots. Because Doomsday is going to have reshoots. I hate too many problems. Because then there's reshoots. Because Doomsday is going to have reshoots. I hate to burst everyone's bubble, but Doomsday is going to have reshoots for sure.
Oh yeah, like I expected that.
Yeah. Now, Spider-Man: Brand New Day is where I'm worried, though.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit soon. Like, even when it was first announced, I kept thinking, okay, a little soon. Personally, I'm still trying to get over everything and to get in tune with my emotions after No Way Home. And after seeing No Way Home, I'm like, okay, let's get ready for Spider-Man 4. And like, oh, production delays, deals going on. Okay, let's just wait a bit. It's a multiverse. Wow, I was really expecting Grounded, but okay, we can make this work, and it's not. Wow, okay, just keep playing with my emotions, Sony. Why don't you just keep playing with them?
Well, No Way Home, they shot that within a year, though, and they released it within a year, which is amazing if you really think about it. It's crazy. Well, no, they started in... Didn't they start in December of 2020, or was it like the beginning of 2021?
Not sure. Hold on.
If anything, they definitely shot it within a year, if not a month and a year, like a month and a year for sure.
No Way Home start filming October 2020.
Yeah, so yeah, they definitely, yeah, that's crazy if you think about that, because like
And that's one of the best MCU movies out there.
I think that's the quickest they did a movie like that, shot it. Because if you think about it, because like no other MCU, usually they shoot these films like a year and a half away from each other, if not further. But like for No Way Home, they shot that like almost within a year. If you think about it, maybe a year and a month.
Yeah, the effects look amazing.
Yeah, even though some people did complain about the CGI.
I don't care if you could barely see anything in the final fight scene. Like, sure, it is hard to make out which Spider-Man is which, but it's just so iconic that we're finally seeing these three Spider-Men interacting with each other after all these years of waiting and asking for it.
Well, they kind of pulled the old CW or early 2000s CGI trick where like the final battle was in a dark scene, like at night, because you can get away with a lot of like quickness, like cheap stuff to get CGI done faster because the light's not shining on all the bad spots. So that's why like a lot of that was shot in the dark. Even like Electro, when Spider-Man was in the woods and stuff and fighting Electro, like that was in the dark, like stuff like that.
Electro works well with the dark. Electro works well with the dark with his electricity powers.
Yeah, I would have been surprised this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'll make the July date. I think they will. I hope they do. I really hope they do. But if they push it back, yeah, September maybe.
Here's a question for you: if Chameleon is the main villain of the movie, then what do you think he would do to try to make Spider-Man's life tough? Do you think
if it's Chameleon?
What?
If it's Chameleon, he might do the. You know, you've watched the. Well, they did it in the comics too, but you know, in the '90s Spider-Man show where Kingpin hired Chameleon and a bunch of other villains to go after Peter.
Yeah.
In the '90s show, I think if that's what it's going to be, then that's going to be. But I just don't see.
I could definitely see Chameleon like trying to frame Spider-Man as like dressing up as him in the comics, and even his debut from Spectacular Spider-Man. Actually, that'd be a pretty interesting plot. The police are going after Spider-Man because of the Anti-Vigilante Act, and Spider-Man is trying to prove himself to the police that he's not a threat and he's still part of the Avengers. But as he's trying to prove himself, a bunch of robberies are going around New York where somebody dressed as Spider-Man and said to have similar abilities as him is ruining his name, and it's up to Peter to try to stop this guy before the police start to confuse him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think the first Spider-Man game might be very important to like understanding the story, because you gotta think about it. This is Brand New Day, so they're probably going to, you know how Marvel movies do, they loosely adapt the comic book runs and stuff like that. So I think it will be. I truly think Mister Negative is going to be in this film. But I think also like Devil's Reign will play a part as well. That's why I think Daredevil will show up. I think it's going to be a culmination of like maybe 2 or 3 runs. And
Oh, Devil's Rain. I thought you said Devil's Breath.
it could. That's what I'm saying. Like they can mix all that together. Like seriously, like they can have like in the game, Mister Negative teams up with like the quote unquote Sinister Six and stuff like that. Like they can make it to where Kingpin is acquiring all these villains like Mister Negative, Scorpion, and Boomerang and stuff like that. They go after Spider-Man, and Daredevil teams up with Spider-Man because they're still fighting Kingpin and the whole Devil's Reign stuff. Like they could do so much. There's so much potential now, grounded story-wise, because with this delay. I think there's so much they can do with Spider-Man 4 now.
Personally, I hope we don't get another Sinister Six for this movie. It's not that I don't want to see the Sinister Six again. It's just, I think it's a little too soon to have them in Spider-Man 4 after No Way Home.
It would work if we're adapting Devil's Reign, though. Like, if they're doing... Did you read Devil's Reign?
No.
So,
It's very rare when I read
Kingpin
comics.
basically acquires the Thunderbolts as his... Kind of like, in the show, like the Anti-Vigilante Squad or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
they're kind of like that. And so that's what Kingpin can do. He could acquire all these villains. Like they can pull from other. Like that's why we're hearing a lot of like rumors about like Boomerang and all these other villains. But I think there's going to be that one main villain. So like I think Mister Negative will be that villain. But I don't know. I'm just theorizing.
Yeah.
But you're adapting Brand New Day, so there's going to be some elements from Brand New Day in that film.
Right. Okay, so moving on from Spider-Man for a bit, let's pick up to the final topic over here that you have here, Fantastic Four. Now, this is a question I've been wanting to ask you guys for a bit, and it's a video I want to do in the near future, where we talk about what does the ending mean for Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. I told you my theory. I told you that it's probably going to be the Fantastic Four either escaping from their Earth after Galactus wins, or trying to hurry to Earth to recruit for help against Doom. But you had mentioned to me that there's also a potential of that ship having Doctor Doom. So, what else do you think it could be? Oh,
here's the thing, though. I think people are misunderstanding what Galactus' intentions are. I think it's all there. Because, like, for instance, if I'm Galactus, I'm not going to shrink down to size and just screw around New York City walking around. If I'm going to eat the planet, if I'm going to devour the planet, I'm going to devour the planet. I'm not wasting time because there's other planets to devour. So there's a reason why in the comics. There's a reason why he's shrinking down, and you know why he's shrinking down? Because he wants Franklin Richards. Because again, like they're setting up in the trailers, Franklin Richards is on the way. Because Sue is pregnant and all that. And in the comics, Galactus wants Franklin Richards. He becomes like his herald. He wants his powers and all this other stuff. I think that's how they kind of open the doorway for the Fantastic Four to go into the 616. Either that or Doctor Doom. One of the two. Like, I still think that Doctor Doom is in that ship that we saw in Thunderbolts. But, like, for instance, the further my theory, they're in D23 last year, they showed a photo of a scene of Galactus looking inside the Baxter building. And you see his big eyes. Why do you think he's there? For Franklin Richards. So, I mean, if he's probably going to destroy the planet while taking Franklin Richards with him.
I wonder how he's gonna get Franklin Richards though. Like, isn't Sue? I don't know. Like 2 months.
Okay, so Franklin Richards in the comics, he ages faster. So
no, I mean like, how is he gonna get the baby if Sue is like 2 months pregnant?
Well, he's not. She's not 2 months pregnant.
How many months is she?
She's gonna there's gonna be a scene in the movie that she's gonna give birth. But like I said, Franklin ages faster. So as soon as he's born, he starts aging faster.
Oh, that poor woman.
Yeah, Franklin Richards he's a very extremely powerful character. He's the one that kind of basically restructures the multiverse after Secret Wars in 2015.
Okay,
Him
so it's going to be one of the main reasons why the MC will have a soft reboot.
But I'm excited for um, Fantastic Four. I'm seeing a lot of people downplay what it's going to do potentially, and I'm excited for Superman and Jurassic World. I think ultimately, as much as I hate saying it, I think Jurassic World's going to make the most money. But
Speaking
but
of Fantastic Four go on sale on June 4th, right?
Mhm.
Tickets for Fantastic Four go on sale June 4th, right?
yeah, I need to get with everyone and figure out what's going on with the game plan.
Yeah, so it looks like we see that short pump. If we don't see like a fan event going on, like the last two movies for Brave New World or Thunderbolts going on there, then what I think I'll do is just to purchase the tickets at Commonwealth first. But if I see that available at Short Pump, then I'll get them as soon as possible for me and Dante, and we'll meet you guys there. And
I'm hearing they're going to do the same thing like Thunderbolts did. They're going to have a fan event, but it's going to be on opening night.
Yeah. We'll try getting some dinner beforehand too.
I'm going to try to get the showing, not the earliest showing, maybe like the 4 or 5 o'clock showing around there, because I want to make sure Caleb's able to go too, because he works and all that. Unless he, no, we can skip the first showing because I think he took off that day. Yeah, he took off that day. My bad.
Yeah, like he took off like you saw the first showing of Thunderbolts for me, so there's a chance that he'll see the first showing of Fantastic Four.
I already told everyone, I'm like, look, the only ones I know for a fact are going is Lee, me, Caleb, you, and whoever you bring along.
Dante, yeah.
Dante. But besides that, like anyone further, I'm just, because like Deadpool and Wolverine was a bit of a headache getting everyone into the theater and gathering everyone. So this time I'm going about it more smoothly. So yeah. I'm telling people, look,
that's basically me every time I got to plan my MCU viewing party for my birthday.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun.
You can leave the planning, a bit of the planning to me for Doomsday and Secret Wars for you, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. My plan is I would definitely, where y'all set for a brand new world.
Yeah,
that's where I want to sit. I want to sit at the right seat at the end.
Okay, I'll give you that seat and I'll sit next to you. That sounds like a compromise.
I don't know. Lee might have a problem with it.
Hey, it's close to.
You can sit next to Lee,
man.
Hey, maybe you can sit in the third seat and Lee can sit in the seat next to me.
We'll play it by ear, but I definitely want to sit next to Dante too.
Well, Dante can sit next to you.
Yeah.
And Caleb can sit at the end. Or he can sit in front. I mean, we can work it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll just play it by ear for now. Whatever, like, if I were to get, like, say, the seat you're talking about, I'll give it to you, and I can just take your seat later on. Does that sound good?
Later on. We mean later on.
Basically, the moment tickets go on sale, I'm gonna go on there like at San Diego Comic-Con trying to purchase them as soon as possible, and I'm gonna try to get a first come first serve thing where, let's say I want to get the seat you're talking about, which I also normally like to sit too. So if I get that seat for myself, I'll give it to you when we see the movie, and whatever seat you get, you give it to me, and I'll sit there.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. But Superman. I already talked to Lee, and I'm driving down to Halifax. I just gave away his location. Well, it's in the country, so you're not gonna find him. But I'm gonna drive down there and go pick him up them early that morning, and we're gonna drive up here and for the day go see Superman opening night. I mean, yeah, the opening night day.
Okay.
But you're more than welcome to join. Kayla's gonna be there too.
Okay. I was hoping to see that one at Commonwealth myself. Oh, did you hear about the fan event they're doing for Amazon though for that?
Yeah, good luck getting that.
Yeah, I hope I can get it. Like, yeah, I heard they had it for Wicked, but I had such a hard time figuring out how you were even supposed to do it that it took most of the employees at my Regal Cinema to help me out to even figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got
And
Ballard.
now that I know about it, I'm sure I'll have an easier time figuring it out.
Well, and even next month there's I think Ballard.
On my free tickets though, so I gotta like see some stuff in order to leave that available. But I'm also
I thought
trying.
you had a subscription.
I do, but about the whole 5 ticket minimum thing. About the whole 5 ticket minimum thing.
Oh, you can't like buy like ahead of time, like 5 tickets ahead of time, shit.
Right. So, yeah. Right now I have. Right now I have 4 tickets I need to burn through if I want to get more tickets because June 6th has a lot of stuff showing. We got Ballerina, we got the new Wes Anderson movie. I still don't know how to pronounce the name to it, man. Damn dyslexia. But what else? We got the Don to Don event, and we got the new Predator movie on Hulu too.
Wait, I thought that was coming out in theaters.
You're thinking of Badlands.
Oh, they had that other one that's not connect canon to the. Okay, I got you. I know what you're talking about.
Killers of Killers isn't canon?
It don't look like it, but
I hope it's canon. The Japanese story looks awesome.
yeah. Well, I think they're trying to reconnect the alien stuff to Predators because how they're setting up in Badlands.
Yeah, that's gonna be really cool. Oh my gosh, imagine if he's trying to unalive a giant xenomorph. Imagine if it's the D-Rex from Jurassic World Rebirth. Try connecting all that together.
Oh, they're definitely trying to go after that whole alien versus predator thing. They tried to do that earlier in the early 2000s, but that was before like the MCU. So, but now with everything that's happened, they definitely are going to try to do that.
What else could connect there? Batman, Star Wars, Godzilla.
Speaking of Batman, when's that Cape Crusader supposed to come out? I know they're working on season 2.
Should be a while. Animation takes a long while.
Yeah, true. Didn't the first season come out last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still haven't got anything for Harley Quinn season 6 though.
Teen Titans Goes to the Movies will stream on Paramount Plus on June 1st. That's cool to know. Looking forward to
look at Max or HBO Max now. They've taken everything off there, most of it.
Yeah, they really need to add more. Like, they lost out on Gumball. Freaking Gumball.
Well, like up until like last year, they had everything there, but then like ever since the start of this year, they've taken so much off that, like the DC like channel. Like there's so much off it now.
I know, it's not even like what it's meant to be.
Yeah. Now I have to resort to my collection to watch the stuff I want.
Yeah, Final Space because it's a tax write-off.
A tax write-off.
Yeah, like there's no streaming for this show anywhere. Like a very limited amount of episodes are available to buy, but not like the whole seasons or anything. I highly recommend the show, man. Like if I see you soon, I'll try lending you the the DVD to what I got here. It's really good.
Yeah.
I
Well,
recommend you try ordering the novel that'll come out very soon too, because after it starts shipping out, there's not going to be any more sold ever.
I'm kind of being conservative on money here lately. For some
Sure.
reason, I've kind of been my money's have been running dry here lately.
I get that. I'm trying my best to do that too. I'm terrible at it. I have to use my credit card. Movie poster season starts
Wait, you have a
tomorrow,
credit
and I
card?
gotta buy. Uh-huh.
You have a credit card?
Yeah.
Well, damn.
I pay it back at the beginning of the month.
Yeah,
I pay it back at the beginning of the month.
yeah.
But yeah, tomorrow I gotta buy that Lilo and poster season starts tomorrow, and I'm very curious to see what my theater has.
If they have anything good, do you know what's going to be there?
No, I don't. It's always kind of like a guess.
Yeah.
But if they have something like, say, Companion, I'll probably get it.
If they have Companion or even Thunderbolts, let me know.
Unlike the Thunderbolts, because that's still playing in theaters, and I see it's still up in the front.
Well, I'm trying to think what. Oh, Brand New World. If they have that.
Yeah, Brave New World. Don't worry, I mix up the words to that movie too with Spider-Man.
So I'm not the only one? Good.
Yeah, you're not. When I first talked about the news, I almost made a big mistake by calling it. We just got the title for Spider-Man a Brave New World, so let's talk about it. It's like, why they have to call it that so close to Brave New World?
You know,
But
we should start like doing this more often. Like just you and me on a live stream filming an episode podcast.
yeah, we really should.
Cause I like this conversation. We're just talking about nerd stuff.
Yeah. So for the Doomsday countdown, I'll still continue to do that. It's just going to be a little longer than I expected. I really gotta hope that I have enough MCU characters to really fill out this series.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to rewatching all the MCU for Doomsday.
Oh yeah, that's another great thing about it. It gives us more time to rewatch the MCU. I talked to you about that, how you and I would get together possibly to re-binge the entirety of the MCU and just to commentate on it.
Now, when we're talking about the entirety, we're just talking about the movies and the Disney Plus shows.
Yeah,
Okay.
which would include the Netflix shows now, technically, but yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I didn't know if you wanted to do the Netflix shows. I don't think that would even be necessary. But
Yeah, I've seen the Netflix shows so much, they're practically background noise to me, so that's fine, really.
I did a full rewatch of those shows earlier this year for Born Again, so I'm kind of burned out on the Defenders.
Same. I'll just put it on in the background, though. If anything, I will.
Rewatch that. Now I have to. Now that's what makes me mad. I did a rewatch of all the shows for Born Again season 1, but now that most of them are showing up in season 2, I'm like, well, damn, I gotta rewatch them again.
If anything, I just want to rewatch Defenders because that's a peak show.
Yeah,
Love that show. If anything, I just want to rewatch Defenders because that's a peak show.
yeah.
Love that show.
That's my only worry about Born Again is I hope it don't turn into just a Defenders season 2. So
I'm hoping it sets up a Defenders movie.
that popular to make a big movie out of it, though.
I don't know. I bought the complete.
A big movie out of it, though.
I don't know. I bought the complete a collection on DVD when it was available.
What, Defenders?
Yeah, when I learned available.
What, Defenders?
Yeah, when I learned about limited series, I interpreted that like, oh my gosh, it's a limited series. It's going to be on here for a limited time. So I went to eBay and purchased it as I did.
I think you did.
because which is nothing a real problem with that. I got the complete '90s Spider-Man collection. I had to get the. I mean, I know there is official release out there, but it's so rare. So I just got the bootleg copy of Blu-ray. I did the same thing for season 3 of Daredevil, but
Oof.
that's it. I only have Defenders wise. I only have Daredevil season 1 and 2 and 3. Season 1 and 2 are official. Season 3 is the bootleg, and Jessica Jones season 1. That's it.
Yeah, season 1 is peak.
But I thought about getting the rest, but I don't know. I really don't care for season 2 of Jessica Jones. I like season 3.
Yeah,
I mean, I
same.
like them all, but like what I like the most is season 1. And Luke Cage, I like both seasons. What I like the most is season 1. And Luke Cage, I like both seasons. Iron Fist, season 2, and Defenders, I love. Punisher, season 1 for sure.
I'm the opposite of Iron Fist. I really enjoy season 1. I'm the opposite of Iron Fist. I really enjoy season 1, but I don't know how I feel about season 2.
It was short.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Danny's decision on not being the Iron Fist anymore. I don't know about how I can interpret that ending of Danny still having the Iron Fist. We really need Shang-Chi 2 to have Iron Fist and explain all that and continue the storyline.
The movie guy, I'll follow you back just for that comment. Oh, I blame Rockstar for the delays. Yo, man. If you think about it, we might get GTA 6 before Doomsday.
Oh god. No. I do not need Doomsday to be the next GTA 6.
Yeah, dude, I can't tell you. Lee is a big fan of the Grand Theft Auto stuff, and I am too, but he is, like, big fan of the Grand Theft Auto stuff, so, and he literally took a whole, like, well, what am I going to do now for my week of taking a vacation? I was like, well, just do the 2-week thing when you come up here. And he's like, well, I'm not. I was like, well, just do the 2-week thing when you come up here. And he's like, well, I'm not staying at your house for 2 weeks.
Personally, if I were marathon of something like, I don't know, a big binging marathon of something like, I don't know, ReZero, the Suicide Squad anime, definitely not the Lilo and Stitch anime. Sorry, I've been binging a lot of Lilo and Stitch, and when I saw that,
I thought about doing a rewatch. I'm not going to replay the games because they'll take forever. But I want to do a rewatch of all the. But I want to do a rewatch of all the Grand Theft Auto games that have story, for sure, or at least the HD versions.
yeah, like
Actually, no, I can play GTA 4 now because I got the PS3.
yeah, I'll definitely be doing some replays of the Marvel. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing some replays of the Marvel Spider-Man games when Wolverine and Spider-Man 3 come out.
Oh, so do you think? I think we're going to hear something about with Wolverine this summer, for sure.
To get into some different gameplays than I'm normally into. Like, I'm a Pokemon guy. Gameplays than I'm normally into. Like, I'm a Pokemon guy. I like playing Mario Kart and other kinds of Mario games. I like the Marvel Spider-Man games, but I don't like the mechanics to the Arkham series Batman games, but I love the story. It's just so, I don't know. I guess the web swinging is the best mechanic in that, in my opinion, because I don't know.
Did you just tell me the mechanics you don't like? Okay, when you say the
told
Arkham
you
games, you mean
before.
all of them?
You accepted me for telling you that before, man.
Okay, but here's my question: are you talking about just all of Arkham games, or specific Arkham games that you don't like?
All of them. Like, I bought the bundle to all the Arkham games. I tried all the Arkham games. I tried playing them as much as I can. I got to a couple of bosses, but I'm just not into the gameplay mechanics. The setup, I don't know. Maybe if I had a mod where I could incorporate Spider-Man in those game mechanics, it'd be a little bit more enjoyable to me. I don't know.
You haven't even played Did you play Arkham Knight?
Yeah,
Did you play Arkham Knight?
yeah, I played it.
You can't tell me the mechanics of that weren't fun. Come on now.
Well, I really hated the driving of the Batmobile in that game.
What?
The sudden fast turns he had to make. It's his,
So you're saying is if Spider-Man got a Spider-Man mobile, you're gonna that's where you draw the line.
we do not talk about the Spider-Man mobile. We do not.
You know he has one.
I know, and I know he is one, and that thing is a monstrosity and a sin against nature. And somebody just needs to take out the battery and put it out of its misery. It's like Scooby-Doo. It should not be born for a reason.
Hey, watch it with Scooby-Doo.
Don't worry. I will never disrespect Scooby-Doo. I just gotta love questioning the insanity of Scooby-Doo.
I love Scooby-Doo. I wish they would do more with Scooby-Doo.
We are getting a new live action series that's actually supposed to be a live, like, adult Scooby Doo murder mystery.
I I'm excited but worried because I have a bad taste in my mouth after Velma.
Yeah, like, the sick thing about Velma is that the concept works of Scooby Doo murder mystery. It just sounds so unique, but that show tried too hard to prove that it was an adult animated show when it could just act like a normal Scooby Doo series, but with a lot more blood and murder.
I just felt like they took the heart of Scooby-Doo and removed it and just made it adult and a comedy. And I feel like that kind of like we at least with like Family Guy and American Dad and like Simpsons, at least those shows, even though they can get very raunchy at times, very extremely raunchy, far out, but like they at least have heart just to a certain extent, especially for Family Guy. But
It had a couple of good laughs, like the whole chasing around the door gag with Norville and Fred. I found that to be really funny, where they were having that whole existential crisis. Like, Norville, stop! Door should not be doing this around you. This is not normal. Oh God, you're right. And then they realize, oh wait, no, it's just a ride. We're good. And then they go back to trying to chase each other.
just hope Beyond Spider-Verse doesn't get.
And Scrappy Doo was by far the best character for unaliving Velma.
Oh
And
yeah,
I wish we didn't get a Halloween special so Velma could just stay unalived, because I love the implication that she's thinking she's gonna go to heaven, but in actuality she's running away from all these demons trying to pull her to hell where she belongs.
yeah. I just hope Beyond the Spider-Verse doesn't get delayed again. Oh, it's not getting delayed. They're really in production right now with that stuff. They already shown shots
That
of.
movie is gonna be one of the best films of the year, in my opinion. It's either gonna be Secret Wars, or Spider Verse to be my favorite movie of 2027.
Yeah, I don't think it's getting delayed. I think it's just I mean, they already shown shots of it at CinemaCon back in April. So
Speaking of favorite movies, I have a feeling that that upcoming movie, The Legend of Aang: The Last Airbender, may be another contender for one of my.
excited for that too. I hope
I
that.
gotta really plan out for that one too. Like, I gotta make sure. Like, I gotta make sure. Basically, when I see a movie that's marketed towards kids or is animated at all, I gotta make sure I'm missing it. If the last showing of the day, if it's like during a school break or the summer, of the day, if it's like during a school break or the summer, or I gotta make sure if there's even a school day to begin with, so I can maybe even just see the first showing of it as possible.
I think that's just if like for instance if SpongeBob drops another movie, I'm gonna go check it out. I'm not gonna care if there's kids in there. Like it's a movie. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm not gonna care if there's kids in there. Like it's just same thing for Leo and Stitch. Like it's if people get weird that if a grown adult is seeing Leo and Stitch in the theaters when there's kids in there, when it's an old school film, it's nostalgia. There's generations that watch that movie, and of course the older adults are going to go see it because we grew up on it. Like, I don't. Now I can get it if it's like a Bluey film. Then yeah, that's kind of
It's
weird.
just my own personal trauma with previous movies like the Super Mario Brothers movie, the first two Sonic the Hedgehog films.
Come on now.
You do not know how bad I had it, man. Like for Sonic the Hedgehog,
Someone
not
bully you for that?
yeah.
Well, they're stupid because like I went up in there as an adult.
Oh
I didn't care.
no, wait, no. Sorry, I misinterpreted your question. I thought you were saying somebody was picking on me. Basically, what happened in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies was for those first two films. When I saw Sonic the Hedgehog 1, there was a little kid right behind me screaming, kicking in my seat constantly. But the worst thing was, they pulled my hair not one, not two, but three whole times.
Okay, I understand that because we had a parent today at the Mission Impossible movie, and there was they brought. I don't understand this. People are idiots. They brought their baby to Mission Impossible. It's a freaking baby, and she's crying, screaming the whole time until the employees had to tell them to leave. I'm like, why are you bringing a baby to a highly in a context? This is an IMAX screening.
Yeah, like I was about to say, you saw IMAX today, right? That's gonna be terrible for the baby.
Like it makes no absolute sense. It's an IMAX. Okay, it's an IMAX screening. So the speakers are way more louder. The screen is way more bigger, and you're bringing a baby into the theater to a Mission Impossible movie. What?
Like, to be fair, they probably don't know about IMAX, but still.
But even then, it's like, and then I'm gonna remind you, this is Thursday. Like this is I went to a 2 o'clock showing. Like it is.
There was only like one kid in my showing, and they were really good.
But even then, if you can't find a babysitter, don't like it. Just like for me, like I pay like Regal subscription, so my ticket's $7. But like, there's people in there that paid almost like $25 or something like higher, anything 20 plus, right?
Yeah.
It's disrespectful to people that paid so much money for one ticket to go see a movie because they love this movie and they want to go see it. They're going out their way. Which my theater was packed, by the way. I think this movie might make money, but like it's just disrespectful to people. Like people that work their ass off and pay the hard earned money to pay for the tickets, and you're bringing your baby in. Like, did you pay how much the kids tickets for IMAX tickets? By the way, I don't even know. Isn't it like $14 or something like that?
I think it's still around 20, but
Do people under that age are free? I don't even know.
But even us Regal Limited members still have to pay like $7, and yeah.
It's just the movie theater etiquette has gone down. Like then there was another guy next to me, and
But yeah, you understand my point though of what I'm trying to say.
I get it now. I thought you were coming from like it might look weird that I'm an adult and a kid.
No, I don't care about what people think about that. I mean, I saw the sequel to the Paw Patrol movie in theaters. I didn't care what people were thinking about me about seeing that. I just wanted to see how good the story would be compared to the first Paw Patrol. I don't even watch the Paw Patrol series. And for that movie, the only other people in that theater were me and two parents with their baby child.
We don't let anyone with kids under 6 R-rated on the weekends. Yeah, unfortunately, my Regal theaters don't like the. I don't know if it's because the employees just don't care, or I just trust me. Like,
Well, isn't Mission Impossible PG-13?
yeah, it's hard. It's like PG-13. Yeah.
And like, look at that! What happened to the main antagonist? I'm not gonna spoil what happens, but I'll just say it rivals what happened to August in Mission Impossible Fallout. That was graphic.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, but yeah, it's just movie theater etiquette has just died. Like I feel like after after the pandemic, something just happened. Like I think people just got normal, used to being at home, and they bring it to the movie theaters. We have a curfew on the weekends, no one under 17. See, I would love that. I'm gonna tell you right now, the theaters in my area do not follow that same.
You know what, movie guy? I'm following you because I want more information on this theater. You do the same with me too.
Because yeah, like Regal theaters. I don't get me wrong. I love Regal theaters. They have hooked me up a lot, but at the same time, there's so many issues. But you know what? In our area, there's mainly Regal, and then there's like one AMC, and then you work at Cinemark. Yeah, we don't have a Cinemark in our area. There's like one in south of Virginia, but it's too far away. Like we only have AMC, one AMC theater. Everything else is Regal, and then there's a Cinema Cafe, and then Bowtie Cinema, which is basically I don't know who owns Bowtie Cinema.
Not sure.
I know they did a renovation, which I do want to check them out because they did a whole renovation.
Are you talking about Movie Land?
Yeah, Movie Land. I call it Bowtie, but Movie Land.
Yeah, I want to go back there too. I haven't been there since the pandemic was still going on and they were the only ones open.
Yeah, the guy at my work was telling me that apparently they renovated the whole theater. Now they got like reclined seats and everything and all that.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go back. Imagine seeing the Lord of the Rings trilogy there. That'd be so awesome.
Right, that's where I saw No Way Home at for the first time.
That's where I saw the Fellowship of the Ring. They were showing all three of the movies, and we only had time to really see the first one. Yeah, and by the time it was let out, it was pitch black. So, yep, I'm not gonna be able to get right after that.
Yeah, the only reclined seats we have is Yeah, the only reclined seats we have is well, besides Movie Land, is Cinema Cafe, which I'm gonna argue this. I say the AMC theater seats are way better, comfortable wise, than Cinema Cafe. They don't recline like Cinema Cafe, but it's more comfortable, though.
Yeah. Unless you know the certain seats at Cinema Cafe, I say it really depends.
Because in Cinema Cafe, like on the seats, like they have those little covers at the back on the top, the top, like where your headrest is. Like if you're sitting there for too long, it gets very itchy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
I personally think it's better to sit at these certain two seats in Auditorium 1. I think they're a little bit bigger than the other seats. It's a lot closer to the screen, so you would think it's a lot like the IMAX screen from Shore Pump or Commonwealth. It's definitely a different experience from you and I sat where we saw Accountant 2.
Yeah, those seats when we saw Accountant 2 were amazing. But the one I went to go see with Caleb, to go see, what was it? The Amateur. 'Cause I already seen it, but it was the first
I still
time.
need to see that. I just lost track of it.
But I like it. But it was just not a good experience. It was my second time going. I'd already seen it before. But nearest IMAX is not. See, for us, we have two IMAX screenings and they're Regal, but we don't have recline seats unless you go to AMC in DC or headed towards DC.
The only closest we have it to a reclined seat at Regal are these bar seats that I love to get all the time, where you're able to put your feet up and act like you're reclining your seat. The only thing that doesn't recline is like the back part.
Yeah. What's up, movie guy?
Hey, what's up? Sorry, I think I actually did. I don't know if you sent me a request or I actually did when I was typing. My bad. I didn't know if you wanted anybody else up. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. You're
Just know I do have to get off here pretty soon. I got get up early to see the 10 o'clock showing of Lilo and Stitch.
lucky. You have to
Oh
wait.
gosh. I'm not looking forward to this weekend cleaning those theaters. Ugh.
Man,
Oof.
I
But
mean, Moana and Minecraft and like Sonic 2 was bad enough. I don't think
hard.
anything was worse than Mario. I think Mario was the last thing we've had that was just like, oh my god. But heck, Final Destination, I worked till I was the late person. We have recliners, so we have to go in and just wipe the seats, like the cracks and stuff and everything. And it was like so much. It was so trash. Even like Final Destination adult movie, it looked like Lilo and Stitch came out last week, and I was like, what the hell is happening in this theater?
yeah. My theater was going crazy with Final
Yeah,
Destination. It was crazy.
yeah, yeah. That's the one thing I don't tolerate. When somebody's on their phone, I'll go in the theater. I'll get right next to the person's ear and go, "Get off your phone!" And they'll jump, and I'm like, "This is your one warning. If I got to come back in here again, you know that it's like, I just don't understand that. Like, it just irritates me, even when I'm watching a movie. So we used to have police officers do our security, but now that we have like a security people that we hire on the weekends on Friday and Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I
Confirm
unfortunately
this
do
for
have
me
to
because
be
I've
on
been
my
telling people
phone
this.
sometimes throughout the movie just 'cause I gotta stay up to date to know what's happening to my dad because he suffered
Yeah,
spinal stroke. But I
yeah,
also gotta like take notes for myself to do reviews. But I always make sure it's okay for me to do so by
yeah.
asking the people around me
Yeah, I
if
was like, just go out in the hallway. I'm like, just go out in the hallway for 2 seconds or a minute and say, hey, I'm at the movie. I'll call you back in like 2 hours or something, unless it's an emergency. I just don't
whenever
understand it. It just drives me
when
nuts.
most times whenever somebody tells me that they don't feel comfortable to it, I ask, hey, is it okay if I type it inside my shirt? And they're like, yeah, go ahead, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, the same with you. The thing with you, Fry Guy, you at least you try to be what's the word? You think about other people when you're doing it. Like you try to condiment. I can't think of the word right now. But you work with other people. Like you make sure it doesn't bother no one. People
Exactly.
people in my theater sometimes they'll come up in here and they'll like have their flashlight on, like looking through stuff, or they'll just have their full light on, like looking through stuff, or they'll just have their full brightness on their phone, just texting away throughout the movie, and it drives me insane.
Oh, that drives me nuts.
They
I
don't
just
even
don't
like
understand
turn
it.
down the light. Eesh.
There was this one time I went.
Like turn down the light. Eesh.
There was this one time I went to go see. I think it was the Ultra Night that came out back in March, and and there was a bunch of like old people in that theater, and there was this old dude. I think he was trying to find his glasses or something. And he was like at the front row, and he dropped his glasses in between the seats. So he just literally just the whole time at the beginning of the movie, just with his flashlight on his phone, just looking through the seats. And this old grandma, she was like, "Turn off your damn phone."
Yeah. Yeah. But I think when I was watching, that reminds me when I was like, I don't remember if the movie was packed. It was the original Saw. I remember seeing it, and the phone went off twice, and the guy goes, I swear to God, if that phone goes off one more time, I'm coming it up there and shoving up your.
Dude, it's
I was like, phone
yeah.
never went off again. I was just about ready. I took a deep breath because I was going to yell at the guy. Like, seriously? We used to have stadium seating, so when somebody was on the phone and I'm like three rows above them, I would just peg Skittles or M&Ms at them
Oh my gosh.
when they're on their phone.
Okay.
Cinema.
Confirm this for me because I tell people this all the time because I used to work in the movie theaters. Uh, is there cameras like on above the screen, right,
Oh, you mean like cameras?
in the theater room?
Like security.
You mean like watching the people?
Yeah.
Like, no, we have cameras out in the hallway, but we don't have cameras in the theater.
See,
Like
in
for
my
our
theaters
theater.
used to have I don't know if they still do it, but they have like a camera set on top of the TV, the big screen,
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
because we would try to catch people too, because people be doing some stuff
Oh,
they're not supposed to.
yeah.
Cinema. You're never gonna guess who just followed Phil.
Say what?
You're never gonna guess who just followed Phil.
Phil, my Phil?
Our Phil, yeah. I've recently become friends with him. But
Excuse
basically,
me.
Uh,
Go ahead.
they the account they never saw me coming. Wait, no, they never saw it coming. Followed him, as
It's
in the guy who leaked Avengers Doomsday. He is Phil's only follower.
See, are you talking about the thing that came out earlier this week when someone tried to supposedly got on set of Doomsday and leaked that photo of that bar
Yeah,
thing? See,
yeah.
I I'm gonna tell you right now, and I have insiders, I know scoopers. I'm gonna tell you this right now. That was full on Marvel Studios. That there's no way in hell that person got on that set, just stroll upon the set, didn't get noticed with his Black Panther hoodie, and just took pictures. There's no way. That was definitely Marvel laughing at scoopers and set leakers and saying, "Ha ha, we're doing this. We're doing your thing now, and we're using it as marketing."
Is it even possible to go to Marvel Studios as like a tour or something? I've always wanted to go.
You can, but it's like a tour. You remember in She-Hulk?
Yeah,
Like that's the actual office of Marvel Studios in LA.
yeah. That's why I
Oh,
wanted
that's
to.
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
it
can,
looked too real in my opinion to like be a set, so I kind of assumed that was like the real Marvel Studios too.
yeah, because
Except for the whole Kevin room, I still have very mixed feelings on that joke. It's a funny joke, but it just takes so much out of the love I have for the MCU, where it's just an AI robot made all this emotional stuff that you love. Like, I don't
well,
know how.
they're just playing into the She-Hulk thing because She-Hulk can break the fourth wall and do stuff like that. So can Gwenpool.
Have you guys? I don't know. Since you guys were talking about like the sets or everything, have you guys ever like was visiting a city and you were like, oh, they filmed this movie here, or they filmed that movie here, or you recognize something that you know you've noticed from a movie, like a building or anything?
When I visited DC a lot, there's when the Winter Soldier came out. Like I tried to do the run like on your left thing.
It was a couple times
Oh yeah, yeah.
recently for me. It was Mission Impossible 3 where I saw that bridge that Ethan was driving by to
Oh,
hurt.
that's cool. I just got done watching it because I'm going through watching them again before I go see Mission Impossible. So it'd probably be like a 2 week. My daughter's watching them for the first time too, so she's
Yeah,
going
I
on some
love
of my
those
movies. I'm like,
like
hurry up so I can watch them.
I see
So
Rickman.
That's right, Fry Guy. Didn't they shoot that
Rickman.
in on the bridge?
Yeah,
That's
but
right.
I
yeah, I've been there before, but I also went to New York City a few times, and when I was really getting into like studying movies and stuff like that, I just couldn't help but notice all these different things around here. Like, oh, this is probably where they filmed Jessica Jones, where she was
yeah
down that
um
speedster. Oh, that's where she was
yeah
down that
um
speedster. Oh, that's where the Avengers assembled. Oh, that's where oh, oh boy, that's where King Kong was. I'm just gonna.
yeah, that's cool. I
Boy, that's where King Kong was. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm in the Midwest and like a couple times, and she took me where they shot the train station scene in the actual. It's a reception hall with like where people like get married and have the reception there, but now it's a reception hall where they shot the train station scene in X-Men 2.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they shot that in Hamilton, Ontario. I've got some pictures. I got it framed, the actual walking up there and seeing the train station and actually standing on the steps where like Magneto and Toad and was all
Oh,
holding. I got that. I have to post that on my I'll have to do a video or something. And then if I it was so cold, I went in there February and it was like it was so frigid cold. I barely even walked from downtown to the bus station to there. If I had to walk 6 more blocks, she was gonna take me to where Abomination and Hulk fought on that street, but I just couldn't do it. I was just like, I would have been cool to see that whole like road where they shot that Incredible Hulk in Hamilton, Ontario,
mm,
as
next
was
time.
the X-Men 2 scene. So
that's really. You should do a video. That's really dope.
Sorry
yeah, I'll
about
have to
that.
post the pictures. I got turned around in Chicago. My dad picked me up from Chicago. We got turned around trying to find the main road and actually went past the road where Heath Ledger stood in the middle of the road in Chicago, where he was like, come on, hit me." that whole road. I was like, oh my god, that's the scene where Heath Ledger was standing in the street. So,
Sorry, I love
No,
that
you
line.
did. No.
But
so
Oh,
yeah.
Lee, you're about to have a fight.
anyway,
Did
next
you?
time I go back to
What's
San Diego, I'm definitely want to go and see some of the places where no.
what Lee just ranked his rating for Mission Impossible?
Let me guess. Worse than.
For Mission Impossible,
Let me guess. Worse than two.
he gave it a 2 out of 10. He's got to be rage baiting at this point. There's no way.
I saw IGN gave it a 6, but IGN is very I don't know. Like
You look
I
at Pokemon reviews. I'm
like
just like, what do you mean too much water? It's a water type of theme region. Which reminds me, back to your point, movie guy, about in movie and set locations.
yeah.
I love looking at. I really want to go to all the places where a Pokemon region is based off of, and admire what's based off in the game, and feel like I'm in the Pokemon world.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to a couple of places, trying to think here. I guess the Kanto region is. I I guess the Kanto region is Kanto, so there's the. Oh, New York City. That's Unova. Um, if yeah, I hear Generation 10 is like. There's so much potential in traveling around the world and finding these Pokemon landmarks.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta going get to bed, guys. I have to
Oh,
get
hope you have a
early.
good night.
Yeah, night.
But I might end up wrapping up your. But I might end up wrapping up your. I've been doing this for like 3 hours.
Oh,
So
really? Yeah. I hope Mission Impossible is good. I mean, I think the first one, I don't remember it. That's the one I'm just kind of like, I don't want to say it's forgettable. It's kind of for me, but I'm just like, I just thought it was okay. So I'm hoping this one's good, the new one.
well, I saw it earlier today, the new one, and I thought it was pretty good. I
Was
mean,
it better? Did you think it was better than Dead Reckoning? Because I just thought that one was just eh.
I say okay. So the first, not to spoil, but for the spoil of the movie, I'm not spoiling it.
Yeah.
But the first act for Final Reckoning, I would say it's a bit choppy. They definitely the pacing's a little off for the first
Mm.
act and a little bit of the second act, but the second act is where it finds its footing and starts to get it
Okay.
finds its rhythm.
Okay.
But the third act and the last hour is just freaking amazing. I thought that was I love how
Okay.
they
That's cool. Okay. All right. All right.
so your typical Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I
Hmm.
still think the third one for me is my favorite.
Oh, third one's so good. I think I still love Fallout with Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think that's my favorite, and I get Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol mixed up. I get Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol mixed up, so I think those ones are probably. I think maybe Rogue Nation's maybe my third favorite. I don't know. I'm gonna have to rewatch them and do like a ranking again. I did one long time ago, right before Fallout came out, because I never saw them. Like I never saw them before Fallout, and I did all of them. Like for some reason, I just watched the third one. That was the only one I watched. Like, and didn't watch the other ones because I really love Philip Seymour Hoffman as an actor. So I went to go see it, but I didn't see the other ones, and I was like, man, I wish I would have saw these in theaters. But
Yeah, I've seen.
on too long if you're heading now, but just real quick, like what's been like maybe your maybe couple of your favorite movies of this year so far?
Oh yeah. Okay, so obviously Thunderbolts, but besides comic book, Sinners, uh,
Mm-hmm.
was it Blacklist? I think, or was it
Oh, Black Bag?
Black Black Bag? That's what it was.
Yeah, the one, yeah, that
Also,
was actually great. Yeah. Yeah, I
Contagion.
had I can't remember. I think my top 3 might be I love The Amateur. I thought that was really good. I that was my that like for me, that was like my favorite movie before Thunderbolts came out because it felt like a very like kind of Bourne movie in a sense. But I think right now I can't believe it, but I mean I really enjoyed Thunderbolts, but I The Accountant 2 was just fantastic. I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's my favorite movie. I love the first one, and I just love the second one. The whole back and forth with John Berthel and his and Ben Affleck was just great. I just thought it was fantastic. I think that's my favorite movie of this year so far.
Yeah, their chemistry is great.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Companion. There was a and Until Dawn was okay. As a guy that played the
Yeah.
game, it did. There's
See,
some.
I didn't play the game, so I went into it. I want to play it, and then I was just like, "Oh, this was kind of cool." But if I played the game, I'd be like, if I did a theater reaction or did a reaction to it, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, let me change my review."
I think as a movie itself, it's great.
Yeah,
But tied to the games, it's kind of
yeah.
issues there.
I I don't know. I need to give Sinners. I just thought it was okay. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't in the right mindset, but I just thought I was like, man, it took forever to get to the horror stuff and everything. But I think if I watched it again, I'll probably enjoy it more. But I just thought it was okay, and I just gave my opinion. Thought it was okay, man. I got so much hate. Oh my god, the comments that I got for just saying that movie was just okay was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I can see that because
I was like,
I
wow.
love the film, but I can
Yeah,
see the issues that people had to
yeah,
into it. But
yeah,
Novocaine, Alternites, that was a couple of the good ones. That's the thing about Warner Brothers; they don't promote their movies well. Like really don't. Besides
yeah.
Superman, but that's it. Like, but I think my standout this year though. Mm,
I don't know if I have a surprise hit. I don't know. Um, I don't know. I really enjoyed "Don't Breathe" or what? No, last Brass Breath or what was that one with Woody
oh,
Harrelson?
the dude from that played Shang-Chi in it.
Yeah, I was really surprised how much I enjoyed it. I was like, oh my gosh, when it was like underwater and it was just dark and it was just like, yeah, it was just like a really interesting true story. So I thought that one was a Last Breath. It was called. Yeah, I think that was like one of my surprise hits. I was like, I didn't really know too much about it and came out. I was like, wow, that was actually really good, true story. I was like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that surprised me too.
Yeah,
Better Man, that was good too. Even though people hated that because there's this weird British and American rival thing that goes
yeah,
on in the music
yeah.
industry. I enjoyed it, but
Mm-hmm.
I've seen, dude, I've seen like about I think it's like 60 films this year.
Oh,
So
I saw. Yeah, I think last year movies that I thought on my letterbox I thought was okay, good, great, and just like fantastic. I think I saw like 62.
mm,
Like 62 made my list. I'm like at 20 right now. So but there was a I went and saw Final Destination today finally.
Yo,
Um
yo, son interrupt. Matt,
yeah,
the guy who snuck in Avengers Doomsday, he follows me on TikTok. He's the only person that follows me.
yeah. Frog, I was telling me about that earlier.
I'm freaking the fuck out. Matt, I gotta talk to you on the phone, like urgent. So please hurry.
All right, got you. Now finish what you're saying, the movie guy.
oh no, I was just saying I finally saw Final
I mean, I just didn't want to
Destination.
cut you off. I want to let you talk to. 'Cause I really enjoyed. Like you're really dope. Like you really got. I don't know if he was following. If anyone, I record these and put on YouTube too. For 'cause I do like a podcast. So
Oh
people that
cool.
see this in the future, go check him out. The movie guy. So
Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah, Final Destination I did a big rewatch because I haven't seen them in years and yeah, Final Destination was really, really good and had some great trailers like The Long Walk. I've heard about that at CinemaCon. First time watching that trailer, I was like, oh my god, that looks insane and Weapons looks really good and
you know,
but yeah, I had a lot of really good trailers on Final Destination. Obviously, Predator Badlands, because like Tracking Bird did such a great job with Prey, and I'm excited for Badlands. So,
oh yeah, and
but yeah, Final Destination was really surprised me. I mean, it didn't surprise me, but it was. I thought I really enjoyed it. You think by a movie having its sixth movie in a series would be like, ugh, but I was like, wow, it ended up being like my second favorite of the series.
oh yeah, for me, 'cause that's kind of where I'm at with it too. Because what's your okay? What's your number one?
Oh, definitely Final Destination 2. That highway scene is just like it is so insane. It is just so insane. And it just went on forever. And it was just like the whole build up. And I loved it. And I feel like one and two had like the most interesting characters with like Alex and then like with the girl that was driving the car and the police officer. So then once you get after that, it was just like, I really don't care about the characters. There weren't like anyone I really kind of cared about. It was like, oh, but the deaths, I was just like, okay. It was like Saul's like, what kind of traps are they going to do? That's how I felt for Final Destination after two. I'm just kind of like, eh. But five surprised me. I actually really enjoyed five. I thought the deaths was in there and the twist was just crazy. I forgot about the twist in five,
Oh, at
which
the
was
end.
insane.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really dope. I didn't see that coming too when I saw it.
Yeah, I was just like, what? I forgot about this. Yeah, because I couldn't tell you the last time I went through the Final Destination movie. So, but yeah, the deaths were really good, an interesting
Yeah.
story. So yeah, I thought, yeah, and it made bank. So it definitely we're gonna get more Final Destinations. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It did like 102 million worldwide opening weekend.
Mm. Well, like me and my buddy, we went to go see because they did a re-release of 28 Days Later, and I was like, I haven't seen this in so long. So when I
Oh,
seen this in so long, so when
I haven't either. Yeah.
I watched
Years.
I was like, dude, I
I didn't mean to
just
cut you off
forgot
already,
how
but
good this movie was.
like on eBay, it's just insane how much the Blu-ray is because it's out of print. And
Mm.
I got the double pack on DVD. It was so hard because most of the people were just selling widescreen on, or I mean full screen on DVD, and I've actually found a decent price for a widescreen of the DVD for the 28 days and weeks. So I got to do a watch of that. And but since it being out of print, people are just jacking up the price for the Blu-ray for the first movie.
Dude, I was it 28 days later. I did a school paper, like I did a paper on in school, the movie, because
Yeah,
I loved everything about it. Even like because you
yeah,
notice in the movie, like it starts off like bad quality camera wise, but then through
yeah,
the movie it gets better and better, and towards the end,
yeah,
I think
yeah. It's so awesome that we get the movie this year, and then we get Bone Temple in January,
and then the third one and
and then the third one in which Danny Boyle said that Cillian Murphy's coming back for both of those.
yeah, I'm
So
really
I'm just
excited.
like, oh, I'm like, yeah,
If it's anything like especially the first one, the
yeah,
28 years later,
yeah.
it might be my favorite of the year.
Yeah,
Possibly.
as long I feel like any horror movie, as long as it has a good script and you drop it on a week where there isn't nothing coming out, boom, like everybody just droves to it.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure.
the horror movies always do well anyway. Well, except for like Tarot and Night Swim and Imaginary, but
I mean,
I mean, but
Long Legs was my top five last year. Like,
yeah, I was like, yeah, mine too. I was just like, oh my god, I'm a Osgood Perkins, I'm a huge fan now. It's like, oh my god, even though I didn't really care for the monkey, I was like, I like Longlegs better, but yeah, that one finished in my I think top 10,
mm,
top 5
oh yeah.
last year.
Hmm. Yep. That and what was the other movie for
Um,
that? But that was
yeah, yeah, that was up there for me. I saw it 4 times in theaters.
mm, I think yeah, three times for me. I think. Yep.
Yeah, it was just, yeah, yeah. Sometimes if I'm bored, nothing going on at home, and I don't feel like Twitch streaming or gaming, I'm like, I'm going to the movie. I'm going to see this again. So, which will probably be like that for 28 days or 28 years later, and you know, maybe a couple other movies this year if Fantastic Four is that good and Superman.
Well, that's really dope. But yeah, I'm gonna try to. Cause not, I'm sure he's already messaging me now. But yeah, again, thanks for showing up. And honestly, whoever watches this in the future on my YouTube
Yeah.
video, check
Yeah,
movies.
thanks for having me on and talking to you. It was really good to talk to you and stuff and everything.
Really dope. I'm looking forward to those videos with those pictures you got. And
Oh yeah, I'll try to take the pictures. Yeah, I'll try to post the pictures of the. I'll have to go and search in my album somewhere and just post them. So
yeah, it's really dope. And I really like meeting you and everything. I'm definitely going to be checking you out more. And
yeah. Thanks. Me too. Yeah. Oh, hope you have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
All right. Bye.